welcome back to the channel. Today I have a use what you have, how I'm going to reupholster my old office chair with a designer look and feel. Let's get started. Just so you know, and if for those out there who don't, in interior design, decorating, you don't always have to start with something new. We often start with what you have already in your space. That's what I'm going to do with this office chair. This office chair is the perfect example. It all began as an accent chair that I absolutely love several years ago in my former office space. I like the color, I love the lines, I love the width of the actual seating, the back being as tall as it was. I don't prefer arms on my chairs or to rest on. I typically will rest them on my desk in a very casual way. I really like this chair, the height of it. As you will see as I show you the lines of it, I adapted this chair. It was an accent chair. I took the base from a pre-existing office chair, removed that, added a piece of wood cut to size the shape of this accent chair, and added the wheels so that it does roll. So as I said before, I am going to reupholster it in a fresh and a more elevated look that is going along with the newly designed office space that I have here. This is often how designers actually work. What we do is typically reimagine, especially if they're quality pieces, excellent bones to start with. New fabric, new design, updated function, with, of course, intentional design. Normally, in any case with me or an upholsterer, I will remove the fabric completely to refresh the overall look of it. But in this case, I'm actually going to pause for a second. So the first thing I'll actually do is remove the nail heads around the chair. From there, I want to see what's happening underneath the nail head. I can actually already see that it has this trim that is going along the chair, and it is raised as trim normally is. And that is a factor you have to consider because it will definitely affect the scope of the reupholstery project, especially with a piece like this, which I purchased this chair brand new. So I know where it's been, I know where the fabric's been. This is actually a good reminder when you're working with furniture pieces that has really good bones. Study it, see exactly what you need to do, because it may not require as much work as you would normally do. Sometimes it's simply best to stand back, assess the construction of the piece, and allow the piece to guide you to your next move. And in this case, that's what I'm going to do. In other words, I'm going to work a little smarter and not harder. So for now, I'm keeping it simple and see what's going on. So I've removed all of the pieces, and again, this is why at this stage, this is very important. All of the pieces from the chair, that the original fabric, I've removed all of the pieces. And this why, especially if you are a beginner, this is the stage where you don't want to rush your project. At this stage, removing it carefully is very important to make the process of reupholstering your chair move a whole lot smoother. I would rate this probably on a scale from 1 to 5. I would rate this project probably at a 3. This particular style of chair doesn't require a lot of different cuts, extensive angles, specific like technical techniques that is going to be used, nipping and tucking in a chair like this. Precision here still matters. It definitely still matters. Inaccuracies in a project like this is one of those things where it shows up, and it shows up quickly. I've saved every piece that I removed carefully, intentionally, because in the end, what they'll become is my templates. Again, it makes it move a whole lot smoother and definitely faster, but not too fast. Not only does it help it move a little faster, but it gives you those accurate cuts. It definitely will save you on fabric. And it definitely assures you that your overall ending project will end up looking like the original, except with a newer, beautiful, fresher, modern fabric. One thing you also want to consider when you're doing a project like this, a beginner, and you want to try something like this on a scale of 1 to 5, maybe a 3. Carefully remove your fabrics. You have purchased you a beautiful fabric. Use a much thinner, cheaper cotton art with, especially if you are a beginner. I don't want to make you think that this project can be just overwhelmingly horrible to do. It's not. And I don't want to say it's easy, but it's not extremely hard. So what you're going to do is still recover the chair, but you're only going to use a few staples along the way, maybe one here, one here, one here along the back, two maybe in the back, a few staples, not stapling down around the entire piece, to see how it looks and how your cuts overall fare when you are recovering the piece. This gives you a sense of security when trying a project like this. You didn't go out and spend $100 a yard for that beautiful fabric, and then you're going to go in and cut it and make a mess. This way, you're starting to build your confidence with a project like this. So you could easily take that cheaper fabric off that cost you probably, a chair like this, probably 2.5 yards of fabric to be on the safe side. You're looking at about $350, $450 a yard. So you're looking at about $9 to cover an entire chair. Like, you want to try a cheaper fabric, $10 to cover your chair, see how it looks. Then you go in with your staple puller, you remove the staples, and then you can confidently, even more confidence now is built, saying, look at what this looks like. Now imagine it with my beautiful fabric that is to come, what that is going to look like along my new project. Just a little simple tip. I have started with the upholstery process, the actual stapling of the fabrics. First, I did have added an extra layer of foam cushion on top, the layer of batting, some soft layer on top of that to smooth all of the foam out, the edging along it, and I'm going along with the process. And here is my small staple gun that I use for reupholstering. So I'm going to get back to the process and I'll keep filming.
I have a challenge that seems impossible, or a habit that seems unbreakable, or a setback that seems inescapable, any problem that I am not capable.
Look at how far we've come. I am adding the fabric to the chair. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. I say that about everything, right? She is so pretty. I absolutely love this fabric. I love the colors. This is like one of those pastimes. I don't know what your hobby is. Let me know in the comment section. What is one of your favorite pastimes or hobbies, craft project, whatever it is that you love doing? This is one of those for me. Seeing the end product of all of your work and how pretty it looks. She's so cute. And as always, stay inspired, motivated, keep moving, creating something beautiful. If not for yourself, then definitely for someone else. This has been Chanel. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all for the next one. Bye for now.